How's it going? I'm going to film around here at Cat Hollow in Austin, Texas. I really like this course. If I can get par or better, that's really good for me. So that's what I'm gonna go for. Hole 1 is 240 feet, dogleg right the whole way. I'm gonna go understable putter and try to just float it over the top of everything. That seems to work out better for me than a forehand, so hopefully I can get close. Might be a little bit right, but I think it's okay. I think for this round, I'm gonna just try to do one continuous film of the whole thing, because I think it's better to get an idea for the course flow. If you cut around in between shots and you haven't played the course, it just, I don't know, it's kind of confusing, like what's happening. Well, I stayed in the fairway, which is kind of important. Anything off to the side, and you're mostly just pitching out, it's all thorns and stuff. Since it's winter right now, there might be like some kind of an option to get out, but it's still pretty bad in the rough. All right. First putt, let's see. Good start. I think this hole is slightly harder than the average one on this course, so definitely take a 2 to start off. This course is really rocky, so you don't really want to throw disc into the ground, not only because it'll beat them up, but you won't get like any kind of consistent ground play. Could just shoot off to the side randomly, it could stop, probably chunk your disc. Don't throw DX plastic here unless you're putting. But the rocks look cool, at least. Hole 2 is 200 foot par 3. It's this tunnel shot. The basket's right over the hill right there. I'm gonna try to throw a putter and not shank it to the side. This hole's always tricky because pulling the second one, it's hard not to shank it when you just started playing. Early release. Hopefully I'm not in jail. I'm probably in jail though. Tunnel shots are always hard. I prefer like to have more holes to warm up before I throw a tunnel shot like that though. So I think I might have a line to the basket. Let's see. I think it's kind of open. I'm gonna have to check where the basket is. Alright, so it's just to the right of that tree. I'm gonna forehand the zone, I think. Go to the ground here. Oh my god. I have nothing. Ridiculous. Go. Well, I made it up the hill. Might have been faulting or something, but I really just didn't want to have to lay completely in the dirt for my first shot out of the rough. Oh, I'm still wide angle. Whoops. Definitely colder today than it has been this whole week so far. It's only like 40. It's about as cold as it's been the whole winter. Hole 3 is 290 feet. It's a pretty cool shot. It's like basically have to throw a flex line here with the backhand. So you got to go around this tree. That's at the very end. The basket's behind it, and you have to go to the left of this bush. So you got to go like that. So I'm going to throw something super overstable on a flex line. It's because there's a headwind and I don't really want to mess with it. This flare. Oh, that almost went in. That'd have been so sick. Man, that looks so good from like the release. I mean, it's still in a good spot, but that's a fun shot to throw. There's probably another way to throw this hole, but I'd rather just throw that because it's fun. You could probably throw something like understable on a more hyzer or flat release and just have a slight turn and fade out, and that'd be enough, but I like the flare. All right. -2 through 3 is really good on this course for me. All right, hole 4 is 365 feet. It's a par 3. And there's a marker cone I had to go set up real quick out there. You see it on the top of the hill. The basket's in line with that, probably 150 feet past it. And I think the net elevation is about even, so I think it plays about like 365. I'm gonna throw my trace and hopefully get somewhat close. A little nose up. Definitely don't want to throw it into this hillside. I've done that before. If you do that, you'll be lucky to get a 4. Now, when I started playing last September, I don't even know if I came here in September, but I think I came here in October. I couldn't get it over this hill. I was so frustrated. Sometimes I can outdrive the basket on this hole, but I have to get like a pretty good release. I'm more worried about not shanking it. I still left myself 100-foot putt. Guess a layup's not too bad there. If you run it and miss, there's a hill you can like go flying down, and just then you'll probably be in the weeds or something. You won't be able to even get your 3. Maybe not a 4 even. -2 still. Not bad. And you gotta walk across, that's hole 13 and 12, I think, to get the hole 5. If you're playing on the weekend, this course is pretty busy. And make sure to not get hit, because people will be throwing at that basket and from that tee pad to over there. There's a back path you can take if you want to just like avoid the fairways. But if no one's on the course, then I take this way because it's faster. It's nice to have trash and recycling on every hole here. Hole 5 is par 4, 540 feet. It definitely plays longer than 540 though, because I think 540 is like straight to the basket from the tee pad, but you have to go around, like outside the whole way. The curve to the right probably ends up being more like 700, unless you hug it really tight. I'm gonna throw the strike on a hyzer release, and I think it's so understable that it's gonna flip over, hopefully glide to the right pretty far before it either completely fades or completely crashes. We'll see. That looks pretty good. You can throw straight into the fairway on this hole and still have trouble finding your disc sometimes. It's because the shot is blind after the first like 50 feet. I threw it high enough so that it wouldn't crash into the ground and just stop moving completely. Where did it go? Oh, that was a good drive. I see it. It's one of my better drives on this hole. I see, like if you do take the perfect line, then it does play like 540 feet. Like if you hug this side completely, but if you like end up going out here, which I've done, I've ended up by that like drain thing up there. Definitely more like 700. I ended up here. Kind of a little awkward range, but maybe just over 100 feet left. I'm gonna go with my zone again. I've been liking forehand zone shots for like 100 to like 150, 200 maybe. Nice. Maybe I should have ran it, but I mean, easy birdie. Take that. I think I'm parked. A little bit past, but not much. Forgot to extend this leg again. Another birdie. Pretty hot round so far for me. -3. Next hole is tunnel shot. It's 230 feet and it just goes down there and then finishes down the hill to the left. So you want to throw something that's like pretty straight. Just don't hit anything early and slight finish, not too much. I'm gonna throw MVP reactor. Mid-range. Yep. Oh, I got lucky. I threw it super low, but I didn't get destroyed by a rock. Could have just completely stopped right there. These low tunnel shots are tricky. I think I used to like err on the side of throwing them too high and end up hitting trees. And now it seems like I'm throwing them to the ground more. I gotta find the middle ground somehow. Okay, so I skipped once and then I got completely wrecked by a rock. You can tell because it's upside down. Oh no. Thought that was gonna end up better than that. All right, I don't think I have a line to the basket. I think I have to throw a forehand shot. Guess I'm gonna throw a pilot. Forehand. And hyzer. Is there a better shot? I can just throw a backhand hyzer. What am I thinking? I don't know what I'm thinking. All right. Why was I trying to make that weird? It's a pretty standard shot. I had to get around something on the right side and have it fade left. I don't know why I'm thinking flex forehand. Stupid. All right, and this next hole is the opposite of the last hole, basically. 220 feet, par 3, except it goes to the right after a straight tunnel shot, and you got to fade to the right this time. Go forehand with a zone, I think. Just gotta hit this initial gap pretty straight, and it should finish on its own. Come back. Get. No! That's what I'm talking about. Like, if it were just a grassy fairway, it would just skip right up next to the basket. On here, it just hits a rock, kicks slightly left and stops. Dang. Yeah, you have to play everything like completely in the air here. You can't get lucky, like if you hit a specific spot of dirt that doesn't have a boulder. Everything near the basket on this hole, especially, it's all like super rocky. All right, dang. I thought it was gonna be so close, but I forgot how this course works. All right, this would be a nice putt to make. A little far, maybe 40 feet. Well, I didn't leave it short. Just a little bit right side. See, if I could have like the confidence to at least hit metal from that distance, then I wouldn't leave myself with these scary like 20-foot, 25-foot comebacks. I shouldn't have run that. Oh, save for it, that's good. Still -3. Here is the second hardest hole on the course, I think. Hole 8. 304 feet. It's like a pretty tight tunnel shot, and then there's that turn. It goes to the left and straightens out for probably another 80 feet. It's pretty tricky. I'm going to throw a mid-range again. Another streamline disc. The runway. This thing says it's 5403 3.5. I think it's more like 5402. I got kind of lucky with the bounce there. It was a little too much left, but I avoided all the horrible stuff early. It's a pretty hole. Again, very rocky. If you hit anything on like the side here, and or you kick off to the side early, you're doomed on this hole. You're gonna get like a 5 or something. I think I kicked back into the fairway. Yeah, not in a bad spot. I have like a 40-footer again. Be like 45. Not great at judging these distances. Short. I got scared. I was scared I would do what I did on the last hole and just blast it past. Even though this hole is not as dangerous to do that on. Instead I have an easy par finish, but no chance at birdie. Pros will basically always run something from that distance. I'm not really confident enough to do that yet though. I think if you can't at least like hit the basket from 45 feet, like 70% of the time, you probably shouldn't be running it. Those are some random numbers I just made up, but something like that. Hole 9 is another tunnel shot, probably the tightest one on the course. It's 220 feet, straight down there. Don't shank it. That's the goal. Throw a Pilot again. This one's Neutron. Didn't really come back from the fade. I need to put on a little bit of a hyzer if I'm going to throw a Pilot on this hole, because it does have to fade a little bit at the end, or I could just throw it a little more nose up. I'm throwing them super low. I noticed that there's less chance of disaster if you're throwing super low in tunnel shots than if you're throwing high. But if you want to make it to the basket, you're going to have to throw better than that, obviously, because you're not skipping on this ground. On most courses, throwing low seems better because the skips are more consistent than like tree bounces. But on this course, it's a little different. This one looks like about 30 feet. Definitely be giving it a chance. Oh, what? That would have been crazy. Bounce putt. I'm playing preservation golf. Gotta save my -3. Don't take any bogeys. I think -4 is my best score on this course, so